All right, guys. We're going to welcome everyone in. What a hell of a day it's been. So, give everyone the next couple minutes to hop in here. And we're just going to have a conversation. That's all we can do at this point. All right. There we go. It's showing live. All right. Welcome in, everyone, man. Appreciate everyone joining in here. What a freaking day, guys. What a day. Wow. Did not see this coming. Did not see this coming. And I can definitely say I understand the frustration. You got to remember, though, guys. You got to remember in this crazy time, you got to remember who to pick your battles with. And we know who it is. I think there's a pretty obvious person or group here we should be looking at. Yeah, so I agree with Wazir down there. I'm going to go ahead and pin that message for Wazir because that is the message that pretty much sums up what happened today. All right. Still give everyone a few minutes. As you're coming in, you make sure you smash the thumbs up. Be active down the chat down below. We're going to go over some stuff today. I know most of, I don't know if anything else I can really add to what has already been presented today. I mean, pretty much most of all the YouTubers have done videos. I believe Uncle Smokey had like a 7-hour live stream. I mean, I know they pretty much covered everything. So I'm just kind of here to talk to everyone. That's what we're here to do, guys. Here to talk about what's going on, what we can do. And this is the first thing we can do. And I want to say thanks to everyone that's out here on Twitter, people that's out here on Stock Twits. Man, there is a movement starting, guys. I don't know if you realize this or not, but over here on Twitter, it was trending. It was trending. Now it's not trending, but it was. Show more. What do we got here? It's like they took it off of trending. But I know just literally before I came on the live stream, like MMTLP was trending, and so was, there it is. Look at that. Number 1. Trending in business and finance. That's what we need. Yeah, the business and finance. Look at that, guys. 34,000 tweets on MMTLP today. That is truly extraordinary, amazing to see that much action on MMTLP today, guys. I mean, look at some of the stuff it's comparing to. MMTLP was almost 35,000. This other stuff that's trending, I mean, it don't have near what, like, you know, MMTLP has. I know the FINRA fraud was trending as well. So, thank you, Gray Dog. I hope you all appreciate that. Yeah, I've been doing the live streams, been doing videos. I'm like, just got to come on here and talk, man. That's all we can really do at this point. We're here to vent, here to let it out. We're here to get our word to be heard by the people that need to hear it. As you can see when I log in here to Twitter, our buddy Craig Dubs is the first one here that pops up, and he says, hashtag FINRA fraud, this corruption must stop. Agreed. I mean, agreed. I've been seeing this like all day, man, all day. Work was kind of busy today. I was trying to do my best to keep up with the Twitter and everything going on. At that point, wasn't no point in looking at the brokerage because they halted the trading. There wasn't going to be any kind of price action. But I did see someone pointed out, and it is here showing on the Yahoo Finance, and still is showing, that the previous close was the day before, guys, $2.89. But the open today was $6.15. But we had no volume today. So how did we open at $6.15, you know, with no volume? Very intriguing. Hey, Craig, what's going on, buddy? I just showed you here on the Twitter. Thank you, brother. The TD Ameritrade tweet gets me thinking. We'll see. TD Ameritrade tweet. Is it on your page, Craig? TD Ameritrade. Sorry, there are so many tweets out there that, yeah, may take a while to find some stuff. Let's see. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, buddy? Thomas down there. Thank you. Welcome in, everyone. All right, what do we got here? Sorry, I'm just going through the stuff here. I don't think he has it. Yeah, you didn't see that, Kenny? That's the weird thing. It opened at 6:15, but they halted the trading like Uncle Smokey retweeted. Okay, let me go back to Smokey's page. Uncle Smokey, there we go. All right. I know, sorry, Craig, man. The chat's awful busy. Like I said, the chat's very active, so it's kind of hard sometimes to get all the messages. Hey, Derek, what's going on, brother? Big D. Hey, Big T, I'm so bummed out. Total rug pull. I know, I agree, man. We're all a little bummed on this. We did. Like right here, Latre Pope, we got screwed. We did. We literally got screwed by the FINRA. They're in beds with the market makers, hedge funds. So right now, you cannot trust putting your money in the markets right now. It just can't be trusted. It just cannot be trusted, guys. Your money in the stock market can't be trusted. You just can't. Today proved it. Today proved it. So if you're in any kind of these plays, what we can hope out of this play, guys, is that this is the play that changes the way things are done. And that's what we got to take this opportunity to do, is get the momentum going, man. I seen that Houston Wade did a live stream earlier. His beginning of his live stream was very intriguing. We're going to play that here in today's live stream. All right, TD Ameritrade. Trades in MMTLP are currently halted by FINRA. If the trading halt is lifted, we will reassess the situation and keep our clients updated along the way. Okay, so yeah, I mean, TD's like, hey, if you open up the trading, FINRA, we're going to be rocking and rolling. I think we need to go and play Houston Wade. His first, 3 to 5 minutes of his stream he just did today. Boots on the ground. Thank you so much. FINRA could be indirect violation of the NAFT. Agreed. This is going to be guys, so monumental of what's going on here. This is going to be like epic. We are a part of something epic right now. That's exactly what we are, man. We are here to get retaliation on the AMC, the GME. We could be the play to get revenge on this corrupt market. We could be the play. As you see, I watched the first part there. Okay, guys. We're going to watch this beginning part. I don't know if you follow Houston Wade. He is the brother of Gardner Wade, which is a part of MetaMaterials. If you did not see his first maybe 5 minutes of this, he pretty much rants and raves, and I think you need to hear this, because if you didn't hear it, you need to hear it, and I need to get some attention here. So I am going to record this, because I may put this out in a separate video. So yeah, I should have had the Mag Dog tonight, but that's okay, man. You know, because you got to remember, we got screwed on this. MetaMaterials may push the dates back. There's going to be lawyers involved. We don't know what's going to happen. There might be a press release Monday. All right. So let's watch this and go here. All right. So here we go. All right, guys. We're going to watch this clip here from Houston Wade showing his frustration. He is the brother of Gardner Wade from MetaMaterials. Let's watch this first couple minutes of his live stream he put out earlier today.
All right. Well, what do you mean waiting for Houston? What? Why is that? I'm live. Why is that thing there? Why is it not? Oh, there we go. That was weird. We're showing the waiting for Houston wave thing on my side. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, so the too long didn't read. Shit's fucked up. That's kind of what it is. So I'm going to use the names because it is national news, man. MMTLP.
So he starts out because, he couldn't say the word MMTLP because his brother Gardner Wade, he's like, fuck it. I am using MMTLP now because it's all over. I mean, MMTLP, the FINRA fraud, it is just like mainstream now everywhere. So I like how he started that out.
Got halted by FINRA today due to the potentiality of an extraordinary event. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That's exactly the entire reason we bought this stock, was for that extraordinary event. That was the whole point. That was, Cat, don't you dare step on the keyboard.
Absolutely. That is why, we were buying MMTLP for the Nextbridge, the Oro Grande assets, but there was always the bonus of a potential short squeeze. Now, if the market would have been fair and let this trade through today and Monday, and if there wasn't a short squeeze, hey, fair market. But being they closed this and halted the trading illegally shows that what we have said, guys, they have been shorting this to hell and back, guys. There is probably, I believe Tony and Roller Pigeon's numbers are accurate, between 200 million to 280 million naked synthetic shorts out there, and they could not cover those shares. And that is the U3 from FINRA, the extraordinary event. That's what it is. So they had to stop it because this would have probably put some hedge funds out of business, some banks out of business. They would have been liable. So let's continue on here.
I'm ranting right now. That was the whole point of having that stock, was to experience and benefit from an extraordinary event. So, lots of rumors, lots of grumblings. It appears that there are two factions inside of FINRA that don't necessarily agree with each other, and that the halt, the U3 halt that was posted today that halted the trading of MMTLP was perhaps not unanimous. And the halt itself stops the trading of stock through Tuesday when the stock was set to be delisted. Now, this means that if they go forward with the privatization of MMTLP, that hundreds of millions of synthetic shares will be turned private, which is against the law. So FINRA, in doing this U3 halt, is breaking the law by basically encouraging hundreds of millions of short positions to not close as required by law. This is only the third time in history that a U3 halt has been used on a domestic stock.
I found that very intriguing there. He said that this is only the third time that the U3 code was ever used on a domestic stock. And we're one of them. And this is the big one.
It has been used twice before. Once was a 2-week halt, and the other was just for a few minutes while they figure something out. It's extremely rare and unprecedented that this happened. We know exactly what had to be done, which is the shorts have to close their positions.
Exactly.
FINRA said so on Tuesday, and then Wednesday they shorted. Thursday they shorted like crazy, and no one did anything about it. The brokers didn't do anything about it. FINRA didn't do anything about it. And all of a sudden, they looked at the ledger and they're like, "Oh my God, hundreds of millions of shares have to close in just 2 trading days. We don't think the system can handle it. Stop." The system can handle it. You just make the price so appealing, people want to get rid of their shares. That's it. That's all you have to do. Yeah, you're going to generate upwards of $2 trillion in liability for these short sellers, but guess what? That's what they signed up for, man. Infinite risk. That's what you take on when you sell short. If you put a cap on the infinite risk, then all you are doing is encouraging everyone in the market to destroy everything they can because there's no punishment for it. It legalizes crime, is what that does. And
Agreed. When you're a short seller and you short a stock, they tell you have infinite risk. But if you're a hedge fund or broker dealer, what market maker out there, That's not those rules don't apply to you. But if that was me and all the retail investors down there, you damn right they would margin call us. They would liquidate our portfolio because they do not help the retail investor. That's what the market is rigged. It's corrupt, and they screw us retail investors. The FINRA. I have some interesting things I can share later on this stream. I'm going to message this person I was talking to earlier today. Some interesting stuff. Let's continue on with Houston here.
Right now is in the middle of legalizing crime. Crime pays, man. It pays and it pays and it pays for days. I think this shows that you cannot have a private, non-governmental regulatory body like FINRA or the DTCC involved in the markets. That there's too much self-interest there, and they need to. Well, we need to expand the SEC into managing the ledger and regulating these things 100%, and also need to make the SEC have the ability to levy criminal penalties against bad actors, because these private companies are not going to regulate themselves appropriately. They're not going to follow their own rules. They're not going to follow the law. They're going to do whatever they can to help their golf buddies out, and it's time for that to end.
I'm going to cut it right there because that is pretty much it. FINRA's going to help their golf buddies out. All those companies are going to help each other out. That's the way it goes. I agree with everything that Houston said there. Yeah, I just agree. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Got a couple things here in the chat we're going to go over. We're currently live. Welcome in Jenny to the stream. We got a super chat here from Derek. If they let this trade Monday, do you think a lot of people will just bail out at any price because of the corruption? I'm going to say no, because we know our damn value. If you had any doubt of the value of this here should be your reassurance that this damn thing is valuable, because it was so valuable they had to freaking put the U3 halt on it. If it wasn't worth anything, if it had no value, they would just let this go. This thing had tremendous value. So that's my take on that. Tremendous value, because they couldn't afford to cover. That's why they had to probably pay off the FINRA to put that on there. We got another chat here to cover from TJP. Spent an hour on the phone with Fidelity, and they said that short positions will close Monday. Will we be able to sell on Monday, but limit orders only? Nice to know. Thank you for that information there, TJ. Appreciate that. All right. I did message Gray back. If he's here in the chat, if he can leave a comment. Sorry if I missed it, Gray. But as you see here, the chat is pretty busy. So if Gray gives me the okay to show his tweet, I will show the tweet here in the live stream. All right, there's that. Gray, is it okay if I pull up your chat, buddy, and show that picture you sent me? Is that okay if I show that to the stream? Wazir says play the video a little longer. All right, Gray says sure. Okay, we'll go back to Houston's video. Well, you can just go watch. Go watch it yourself. Go watch Houston's video. Give him the views. Give him the credit. Everyone here. Make sure you go watch Houston's video. I watched like the first 40 minutes or so of it. All right. Let me go up to Twitter and my messages. Sorry, guys. My messages are like crazy right now. All right. So, Gray here in the chat sent me this. Oh, this is the second picture. Sorry. All right. So, here's the first picture. Gray sent me this. IBKR has issued a corporate action with MMTLP having CUSIP number after the 13th. Guys, this is straight corruption what's going on here. This was not supposed to have a CUSIP number. Like how? How could this have a CUSIP number? It's in the filings. This is to have none of that. I'm sure Gray has sent this to John Berta and George so they can investigate this. There's going to be a huge investigation. So Gray has said this came from IBKR. And here you can see it. Let's read it. Let's just read it. MetaMaterials at Pink name. MetaMaterials announced a issue of 1-for-1 effective 12/13/2022. New symbol, null at null, QSIP. And it has a QSIP number. That is very intriguing. All right, let me go down here to his next picture. And he says, yes, they need a QSIP number to hold the shares in your account. And this is the next screenshot Gray has sent me. The transfer agent is not accepting direct registration requests. Therefore, we are rejecting any DRS requests for this security. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. This story just keeps getting like better and better, guys. This story literally gets better. I'm going to message someone real quick here on Facebook. This gentleman messaged me today, and it is pretty exciting. I hope he's awake. And I don't want to spill the beans yet, but it's a very exciting situation. So hopefully he will reply back to me here on Facebook. I had someone reach out to me. And let's just say it's some very interesting stuff. Oh, okay, cool. He's watching. Hey. Would you like to call me here on Facebook? Talk to. Sorry, guys. Just talking to this individual here. Your trip. All right. So we're going to try to make this work. I'm going to have him call me. All right. So I have an individual here we're going to introduce. His name is Mitchell. He says he is here in the chat. To make this work, I'm going to pull up because I'm not going to have my phone for the chat. All right. So hang on here, guys. All right. We're going to mute that. All right. Sorry, guys. Just getting something lined up here. All right. So I'm going to move this box and leave the live chat up so we will see what comes on the live chat. And we did this last night. It worked out pretty well. And I'm going to have this individual call me because he made a trip to FINRA today. Yes. My buddy Mitchell messaged me here on Facebook, and he made a trip to FINRA. He sent me pictures, and I want him to call and talk to everyone here. All right. Sorry if I missed everyone's stuff here. I'm just getting some stuff lined out. All right. I think I got everyone here. I didn't miss anything. And make sure I got it on live chat. Sorry. Always got to switch out on live chat. All right. All right, cool. We got an audio call. Hey, Mitchell. Hey, Mitchell, can you hear me?
Terry, let me turn you down on the television here.
All right.
Hold on a second. Brother, what's up?
Hey, got you here on the live, as you know. Were you able to enable your video, or you just want to keep it as an actual just voice?
I'm trying to make it louder. Hold on a second. We'll just keep it like this, man. All good.
Okay.
Brother, what's going on?
All right, let me just, yeah, I'm going to put you right up to the, I'm going to show everyone here your picture. I got Mitchell here on Facebook, guys. He messaged me today, and he was literally at the FINRA office. He was literally there. So I told him, would you like to get on here and talk to the people what you physically experienced? And after we hang up, I will show them the pictures, if that's okay with you, that you sent me while you was there at the FINRA office. And that way people can kind of get a gist of what you've seen there today.
Sure, how you want to start it off?
All right, hang on here. Can everyone hear Mitchell? Can do it like a testing.
Oh, my bad. Testing, 1, 2, testing, MetaFam.
All right, could everyone hear that? All right, I got a lot of yeses. I'm gonna move
I heard myself, so yeah, I guess everybody can hear.
All right, I moved my pop filter and all. I got you right up against the microphones. All right, everyone's good. Okay, so let's start out with the city you live in and how you were able to go to the FINRA office. I think that's pretty key to establish like that you were actually there.
Well, yeah, the first time I had looked it up when we were waiting on the, I guess we were waiting on what the 40, was that the 6420B or something? Or the first thing we was waiting on?
Yeah.
Okay. We were waiting on that, and I was like, looked it up. I'm like, well, where the hell's FINRA at? And I was like, wow, that's one about 15 minutes away from me. And I was just like, well, how about we just, I'm about to say, we kept calling before. This was what, December 6th, I believe that was when it came out, or like the day before, December 5th. And we was waiting on it to come out. And I was just like, well, I'm going to have to go down there. So then, after everything that's transpired today, I was wondering, I was like, well, it's 55 West Monroe. And I'm just like, well, shit, that's downtown. I was like, worst case scenario, I go get a pizza, and that's it. So I thought everything happened today. I decided to go down there. And I parked. It took about a half an hour to find parking. It's downtown Chicago. When I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently there's like, when I looked online, there are 18 different places. There, I think 16 or 18. I don't remember. So when I walked up to the building, it's not like the sign it's FINRA outside. No, I think it's like this huge building. I'm like, this building is off of FINRA. No. So I walk in the lobby, and if you walk into like a major building, they have like a board that says, all the companies inside the building. I was like, okay, so I'm looking to go down to F, and it's like FINRA. Okay, FINRA. It's on the 26th floor.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And but that's it. You can't get nowhere else in the building.
Wow.
You need a key card, or the lady had like some kind of special computer, and she ordered me an elevator.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like someplace you can walk in. I mean, you can walk in the front door.
Yeah.
But you just can't go like to any other place, which is understandable for security purposes. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But she looked at me, and she was just like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm here to see. I'm here for FINRA. So she was like, well, I'm ordering you an elevator. She ordered the elevator. The elevator actually is her own personal elevator. They had like 20 elevators.
Wow.
They sent me to the personal elevator. I go up there, and FINRA is the only place on this floor. There was like no other. I didn't see no other business up there except FINRA. But the sad is, FINRA is like this little corner office.
Yeah.
It was weird because I'm thinking about to walk into some major place. It's not.
And this is the place that's supposed to protect the retail investor.
Right.
And it's literally like a little hole in the wall on the 26th floor of the building.
I mean, I guess it's like a little. It looks like a little. I think it was 4 offices in there, 4 corner office. It's literally no bigger than my home. Wow. And I'm just like, wow, all this, and you supposed. I'm like, wow. So okay, check it. So they got a glass door. It says FINRA right there. Actually, it was 2 companies on the floor, but I didn't see the other company. So it said, I think I sent you that photo. You can show everybody.
Yeah, we'll share that later on. Yeah.
So I walked up to the glass door. I think this lady in security, I think the door automatically opens. So the security officer there, and she was just like, when I walked in the door, they just looked at me. She was like, "Are you here for the meeting?" And I was just like, no. I should have said yeah.
Yeah.
And when they looked at me like, what the hell is he doing here? I'm like, no, we want to know, like, you're supposed to be protecting us. What's going on? So I walked into security, and she's a young girl. She didn't seem to know what was going on.
Yeah. Is that the one you sent me the picture of it, like the front desk on the phone?
So she was.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, well, yeah, I'm here about a ticker on the OTC, a stock on the OTC market. I was trying to see if I could speak to someone about it. And she literally didn't. She seemed like she really didn't know what her company does.
Wow.
She was just like, she's like, I'm here. I think I asked her, I'm here to see about an OTC security. on the OTC. She was like, well, I'm security. I'm like, no, we're talking about something else. So she called a few people.
Wow.
So she called a few people.
Yeah.
And actually, when you walk in the door, they have a metal detector after you walk in the door. But there's like no like security with guns or nothing. And it's not like, I mean, it's literally you can walk around the metal detector.
Yeah.
So it has one metal detector right there. So, but you get to the desk before the metal detector. And I didn't take a picture of the metal detector because she was gonna make me put my phone in the basket or something.
Yeah.
Before you get through the metal detector. So in other words, so we ended up doing all that. I had an extra phone on me. And then I don't even think the metal detector worked because everybody was just walking around. The people just walking around. Nobody was actually checking it. And I was surprised no one checked me for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so she makes a call and she asks someone, and she was like, "We have a person here. He says he's about a stock on the OTC," and they was just like, "Huh?" Like, yeah. And she called someone else, and then she was just like, "Well, the person you need to speak to is on lunch," and they said they won't be back till I believe they said 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I think it was only like 12:15 or so, or whatever. So I was just like, there's like, if you want to have a seat and wait, you can, but you can't no electronics.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, and I have two phones.
Yeah.
So the phone I had the phone in my hand. I had one phone in my hand. Then the other phone I still got Facebook on both phones. That's why I was hit you on.
Okay.
I had the other one, and I had to kind of just had it in my jacket. So pretty much, this ain't gonna make this story too long. She called someone. Let me tell you this. They was having lunch. They was having some meeting in the back. That's what she asked me was I'm here for the meeting.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what meeting they had going on, but they was in the meeting and they had like a little buffet. So they was all eating and I just heard like, random talking or whatever. And Terry, this place is not huge.
Yeah.
This place is not huge. I mean, I didn't go everywhere. This place is not huge. And I only seen maybe a total of maybe 6 people different people that came in there.
Yeah.
So pretty much they was having a meeting and a buffet. There was some catered stuff come in or whatever the case.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, they're probably celebrating them halting us and screwing us over and costing us all a bunch of money, and they're there eating on our dime, and they're there celebrating.
And I'm sitting here, I'm starving because, like I told you, I didn't sleep. And when I found out all this, I was like, you know what, I'm just going down there. So I sat there, and I eventually left, got some food, and came back. And she was like, so I was looking for some lady named Angela. They had like 4 different names.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I asked them, I was like, I'm here about OTC security, ticker symbol MMTLP. And first, they didn't seem to know I was somebody. They pretty much wondered, like, how the hell did I get in here?
Yeah.
That's what they was like. So, and pretty much I got no information. They gave me no information. They had me sit there. I sat there between 1 to about from like 12:20, 12:15. Left and got lunch myself, came back. They sent someone else. Then they sent someone else. They gave me the same like little 1-800 or 188 number to call.
Yeah. How long were you there total?
At least to 4. And I told them, like, I'm gonna come back here every day. I'm gonna come back here Monday morning, every day. So the reason why I didn't want to leave the first time, I didn't think they was gonna let me back in, but the lady downstairs was real nice. They let me back in, but I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let me up there no more.
Wow. So you got there at 12:15, and you didn't get out there till like
12:30 something.
Wow.
Yeah, like 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Like 3 or 4 o'clock. They sent like 2 or 3 people out, and they pretty much gave me to run around. Somebody else to come out and speak to, and I know they were sweating it out.
Wow. I found it interesting though, like when you were telling me that story. I don't know. I was like you, like I guess I should have did more research on what the FINRA was. I thought it would have been like a bigger building of some sort. Maybe
That's
even
what I thought too.
Maybe like even like a bank style building, not hidden up on the 26th floor. You got to go through special security, and they probably don't ever get anyone up there. And, you got people in there that's working that don't even know what the heck they're, understanding. Like, it's just unbelievable. And these are the people that are supposed to protect us investors, but they're there you're there inquiring about something, and they're blatantly ignoring you, like having a freaking, potluck dinner going on. Like, what the heck? Like,
it was so professional. I'm like, and eventually they gave me the same number that we was calling earlier. I don't know if they have like a 1-800 line, but once they have the 312 Chicago number
Yeah.
on the FINRA website. So I didn't know if that number actually goes to that office or not. Because every week, like we was all on the chat earlier. Everybody's still on hold. Somebody got through the FINRA. And I was like, well, shit, I'm just gonna drive down there.
Yeah, I mean, you're 15 minutes away. I mean, that's amazing, you know? And you got to experience, like, this is the group that is supposed to protect us. That's the scare. Like, I don't know if I feel safe in the markets right now. You know, like, if these are the people that's supposed to protect us and they screw us over, like, how do you feel safe investing in the markets? How can you feel safe as an investor putting your money in the markets? Because if push comes to shove, they're going to screw us every time.
Exactly. Now, did you? I want you to show them the. Now I was walking back to my car. It was like 5 blocks away. I would like you to show them the picture of what I found across what I found across the street from the FINRA office. They're literally.
Oh yeah. Let me see if it lets me.
It's not even a half a block. It's like 50 feet away. It's you show them, let them be surprised on that.
All right, let me start from the pictures. It's actually letting me scroll through the pictures you sent me, which is pretty amazing. So if you can watch the video,
I'm watching it now.
Okay, cool. All right, so here's where you first.
Delayed, but I still see it.
Yeah, so here's the first picture you sent me. I think this picture here was the representative that you first described inside the FINRA. I think she was the one that didn't maybe understand what the OTC.
Yeah, that's the security. She didn't even know like what. I don't even think she even knows what the company does.
Yeah, and I mean, me judging like that picture, I want, you know, my viewers to see this. Like, look at that office, guys. Like, does that look like, I don't know, like an official office of like someone that we trust? Like, what? I mean, look at that office. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you can't blame the worker there. She's just doing her job. It's not her fault this has happened, you know, but I don't know, man. It's just like,
Well, here's the thing, sir. Now, when I make it to that second part, okay, yeah, they had nice chairs and stuff in there, but they
Yeah.
sitting up there eating. They had smelled like Italian beef. They had all this food. They just ate, but they was sitting in this supposedly meeting. You can talk. It didn't even seem like a meeting. It just seemed like a
get together Friday potluck style.
yeah, because you could literally just they talk, chat. You can hear like mumble chat, but it laughing and like I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right there. They're there celebrating, having a good time, and you're upset there and wanting to get some answers.
Pretty much.
Thank you, Brant. Thank you, Brant, for the super chat. He says Robinhood is showing MMTLP back at the closing price. I think I did see people showing that. All right, let me go to the next picture here. This was the picture you took inside, I think near the elevator.
Well, yeah. And if anybody wants to go, we can't see it on the camera, Ted.
There you go. It'll get there.
Yeah, I told him we're gonna show up here I'm gonna show up here every day. This is now.
All right, so there's that picture, guys. Here's the picture I think they're gonna like. You and I'm gonna let you tell them where this is located.
Can they see it? I can see it.
Yep.
And see, right, hold on, Terry, leave it right there. Literally, right across the street is the FINRA's office.
Yeah. So you got Citadel.
Building, it's like the not the old brownstone building. The I think it's like Silverish building right on the corner, at least about 60 feet away.
Yeah, and I would love, like, next time you go down there, if you could get me a video of, like, outside of walking by the Citadel sign, the Citadel office, and then you could just.
So much security out there.
Oh wow! If you could get any video of this, because people.
It was like black suit security.
Oh wow!
I mean, you know, the security. I mean, you see that, you know, they had sign out over there, but I guess you could. I think that's since it's a public trading company, you can walk in there. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you could walk in. I'm not sure, but at least you can get a video outside, because if you're on the streets, they can't stop you from videoing on the streets. On like the.
They had like private security walking around.
Oh, okay.
In the lobby outside, you know, they had regular CPD. It was only like one, but I mean, I guess you can take video of it.
Here's the picture you got from inside, like the little glass window.
Now look. That's the whole floor. It's nothing literally else on that floor besides supposedly the other company that was on there, Chicago Alliance. But every other place was empty.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that looks very empty, very dark down there. It's just like wow.
I thought when I was going there, I thought I was gonna walk in. It's this bumbling place where there's a lot of people, but no.
Yeah, that is pretty. Oh, here's this other picture. The Chicago. This is the Chicago Board of Trades.
Yeah, and that's where supposedly the Security Exchange Commission is at.
Oh, okay.
They're all around the same block.
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3 blocks away.
And it's funny that like Citadel's right there. I mean, like, wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story. We need to hear it. I wanted everyone to hear it. See those pictures. If you happen to get any more pictures or any video footage of outside there, be safe. I don't want you getting in trouble or anything. But anything you could.
If this is all right, I'm going there every day, Terry. They're not gonna take our money.
Yeah, and if
this is all right, you're not gonna take our money. I want answers. Y'all not gonna answer the phone? Yeah. I was on hold for maybe an hour. I was like, why am I on hold? I could have been down there already.
Yeah. Well, they were too busy at their potluck eating food.
Yeah, and nobody. And here's the thing. There was no other phone calls there. I didn't hear no other phones ringing when I was there.
Wow.
Besides some people's cell phones or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I'll keep in touch.
All right, buddy. Yeah, thank
everyone. Whatever city you in, it's one in New York, Maryland, Dallas, Miami, 2 in LA. Just go there and ask some questions. This is your money.
Absolutely. I agree. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing this and getting us this information. Every little bit we can do helps. I mean, I was showing here at the beginning how we're trending all over Twitter. We're trending all over social media. It is blowing up. We're getting coverage everywhere, which is good. The more we make noise, the more news companies are going to pick this up. More social media with big followings are going to start talking about this. More articles are going to be written about this. This could be game changing if we keep the noise up and keep doing what we need to do. This really could just change the way things are done.
Exactly. And Terry, let me tell you this: when I walked in there, they just did not expect that. They are not going to expect you to walk up to their door.
Yeah.
They expect you to keep calling the 188 line, the 1-800 line, call this security. No, walk up to their shit. Telling you, no. They looked at me just like, what? Like, yeah, we're showing up.
Absolutely, man. All right, buddy. I'll let you go. I appreciate all the information. All right, sounds good. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much, to our buddy Mitchell, for that fantastic information. Man, that's just like so valuable, guys. So valuable information. All right, I can go back here to this. I just wanted to get that out there because I felt everyone needed to see those pictures that he had, hear it from him himself. I found it very interesting looking at that. Like, this is like one of the FINRA offices. Like, these are the people. Like, think about it. You got someone there inquiring about something, guys, and these are the people that's supposed to be protecting us. These are the people that's supposed to be taking care of us. And this is what they're doing. All right, I'm going to get here to the chat. Sorry, guys. We just had to get that information out. There was, I believe... We're here to make some noise. We're here to make some difference. And that's what this is for. I'm going to go through some of my tweets here for the live stream. Let's see what we got down here. Seeing if we're trending anywhere. Derek says, let's storm the FINRA. Yes, sir. He said that there's a lot of... Okay. TJP says, FINRA has 21 offices. I will visit the office in Kansas City Monday if they don't open Mmtlp for trade. Exactly. I believe, and I agree here with Captain Kirk. Hedges paid off the... I guarantee you there was a payday, guys. I guarantee you there was a payday in this to do this. Absolutely. You heard it in that clip we watched from Houston Wade. You heard it in that clip. This is the third time that U3 code has ever been used, guys. The third time. All right, I know I have a lot of. Oh yeah. Also, I know I do want to apologize if people has messaged me. As you know, all of us YouTubers and people on social media, we have been getting blown up right now, and we are doing our best to, to our abilities to get this information out there. I know, like I said, Smokey's in the chat. Huge shout out to Smokey, man. He was on there for 7 hours on a live stream, man. That just truly, yeah, like Smokey said, man, we're slammed. We are. I can't even keep up with my messages. I got a lot going on here, of course, in my personal life with wife and family, work and all that. And it's like, man, all this stuff happening. And that's the great thing why we have a lot of people on social media that can be available at different times to support through these crazy situations. I did this tweet here, Metamaterial News, FINRA fraud was trending number 10 in the United States. Spread the word, FINRA fraud, justice for retail. You even got Investor Place here now. Investor Place has an article out on FINRA halts the trading in MMTLP. That's good. We want articles on us. Absolutely. We want the Investor Place. We want all these people. We want all these people doing us, guys. All covering what we got. We want all these people to do this. All right. Allie has a great video out. Smokey has great videos out. Tony Market Moves was out there today putting out some great videos. I haven't got to watch everything yet because there's literally like so much going on. Guys, make sure you don't take your frustration out on the wrong people. This is not any of us YouTubers' faults. This is not John Berta's fault. This is not George Palacaris' fault. This is FINRA's fault. That's who this is. You got to take your anger out on the right people. You got to channel that to the right people, guys. And that's FINRA. FINRA is the one that did this. SEC approved it, and FINRA screwed it. Well, they approved it, then they screwed us. So don't be. I've seen people out here taking their frustration out on John Berta. Guys, John Berta has been fighting for us pretty much since day one. Huge respect to John Berta. He does not deserve any kind of hate right now. This is not, John Berta's fault. He tweeted here earlier that you could see there was 11,000 tweets for FINRA earlier. And guys, why do you think the FINRA's trending? No one cares about freaking FINRA, but they're getting blown up now. They're trending because of what we're doing. That's right. This was the actual press release. I know Allie and all of them covered this press release. You guys probably seen this multiple times here today. But John Berta says, just saw this too. Really is unbelievable. The system is corrupt to the core, and we got taken by FINRA, the broker dealers, hedge funds. I'm sure we'll be on the phone with the attorneys all day. What do we got here? Uncle Smokey says, Terry, Google FINRA Board of Governors. I believe I seen that, Smokey. I did believe I seen that. All right, we got a couple super chats. Donald M, thank you. Who ran off with the money from bought shares at MMTLP this year if Nextbridge will be oil and gas assets proceeds? Who ran off with the money from bought shares at MMTLP this year? Well, I'm assuming people that sold or the broker dealers, hedge funds, people like that. What does this new MMTLP liability CUSIP begin being posted on Twitter mean? Yeah, Gray sent this to me. And I actually got Gray's chat up here. Yeah, like I said, this is the tweet from Gray. He sent this to me in a private message. This is the one here. Guys, I don't know how they're able to do a CUSIP on this. I'm hoping Berta or John Berta will come out with something, or Metamaterials will put out some press release. I do believe that there's talks about pushing the dates back, and that way it would give them enough time. I believe that was in Tony's tweet. Actually, if I went back to here. Where was it at? I believe it was, sorry guys, there's, like I said, there's just so much. I think this is here. He says, FINRA says there's a settlement problem and needs to halt trading. Freeze everything relative to the halt. Freeze the data record 2 days, data distribution for 4 days, deletion of MMTLP 4 days when trading resumes. Then he has this part down here. FINRA, solve your problem with ticker MMTLP as per rule 6440A3. Take a week to resolve your settlement issues. Freeze everything while you solve your issues and resume back after you're done with your settlement issues. Do you need an injunction? And he tagged Berta and George there. So trust me, guys, I strongly believe that they are with the lawyers here non-stop. Trust me. I believe Berta has been on the phone with the lawyers nonstop. So, just my opinion. All right. I believe I wanted to go back to Houston. And I think it was after... All right, here we go.
Okay. Off. Both those off. Not a good day for a double intro. What I see coming, and this is my best guess, is that metamaterial will halt the cancellation of MMTLP stock. They'll halt.
That's key right there. And we hope they do that. Because I believe it says in the S1 that they can halt this, guys. They can stop it. They can put a delay on the dates. And that way it wouldn't be deleted. And if we give them enough time, they will be forced to cover. Which means they had to buy those shares. All right. Let's keep going here.
That they'll just pull the date and say, yep, we're not going private until it's figured out. They'll probably file an emergency injunction in federal court to lift the FINRA halt, the U3 halt, and they will probably seek, an extension of when they delist their stock and turn it private based on how long this halt takes place. So, if we don't hear anything from a federal judge this evening, we might hear something maybe on Monday. Katie, what are you doing? We're trying to stand on the keyboard. And so that's would be what that's what I would do. So I would assume that they've got lawyers work on that right now. The language in the S1 filing basically said we can stop this anytime we want. If we feel that something's not going right, we can just pull our privatization. So they have the legal language in the S1 to do that. So I'm betting that's kind of what happens. I would also bet that there's going to be class action lawsuits against FINRA, possibly against the DTCC, and probably listing a whole bunch of short sellers in there as well, because they are breaking the law. And people invested in this specifically for a squeeze play don't get to enjoy the squeeze play because the regulators stacked it against them. That's not how the market should work. There should not be a thumb on the scale in a situation like this. These dudes made terrible decisions. They must pay the price for it. That's how it works. Make me a goddamn millionaire.
Make us future meta millionaires. That's how this was supposed to play. And it would have played out that there would have been a lot of millionaires out of this, but FINRA screwed us. That's who screwed us. So they need to pay. FINRA needs to pay. And I believe this here is going to be like in the history books as something amazing, guys. I just have that feeling like this could be something truly amazing. What this could do if we get lawsuits on them. Now I know lawsuits can drag out and take a while, but think about it. How else they gonna pay for this, the crimes they do? You got to take them in. You got to prove them guilty. We need to prove them guilty.
You fucked up. Make me a millionaire. You don't get to all of a sudden say, I'm taking my ball and going home. No, you lost, dude. Own up to it. You made a bad bet. Now own up. Just 6:30 this morning, I was into my phone. Man.
Good night, Smokey, man. Thank you for your
Man. All
help.
right. A couple super chats here. Bill Coin, give it to us straight. Is GME MOAS going to happen? Not if this is how the regulators work. I mean, if they could anytime go, yeah, fuck it, you guys can get away with it, then no, there won't be no MOAS.
Agreed.
There has to be punishment. There has to be consequences for actions. The entire point. And you know what? Let's literally paint a picture. Let's paint a picture. Okay. I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna go there. And there we go. All right. So why are you not working mouse? Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. I need a brush.
Agreed, Donald. FINRA screwed us in the A.
Give me that brush. There's a brush. We can do a big brush. There we go. Okay. So let's say a stock is $10. So this is the floor of, this is zero, this guy here. And the stock is at $10, right? At $10. And a short seller is supposed to, it thinks the stock price is going to go down. So what they're supposed to do is they go out, they borrow shares from someone, and then they sell those shares at $10. And then months or years later, the price of that stock, let's say it drops down to, $1, right? Boop, boop, boop. It's all the way down to $1 whole. Okay, they can go in the market, buy those stocks back for $1, and return all the shares they borrowed to their lender. And they get to keep the $9 profit. They get taxed on it, whatever. If the stock price goes all the way down to zero, right? They never have to buy any stock back because the company will bankrupt, doesn't exist anymore. They get to keep all $10, and then they never have to pay any stock back,
Which is
pay
what
any
they
taxes
want.
back on that.
Which is what they
Win-win. That's their goal. They want to get the stock price to zero because they want to pay taxes on it, and screw you, I want everything. Okay, if it goes upside down on them, if they borrow so much stock, right, and they sell at $10, but all of a sudden the stock price is at, I don't know, let's say $30. Now, if they're forced to go back in the market and they got to buy all the shares they need to buy, they got to pay 3 times as much per share. So they're losing 3 times what their original lending was, and they just got squeezed, right? And if they go in the market and buy them, this price is going to go even higher, right? Because they're putting more buy pressure on that thing. When you borrow a stock, there's a chance that other companies have borrowed that stock. Other individuals have borrowed that stock. And a bunch of folks have sold that stock naked and generate FTDs. And the stock that has been borrowed has been borrowed 4 times over. And there could be an appreciable, just insane number of shares out there. And when it comes time and you have to close, the buy pressure will be so insane over such a short period of time that the price can fly from not just $30, but basically upwards into infinity. And that's your infinite risk. That this $10 original loan might cost them infinity. Because so many people at one time have to go into the market and close out their positions. Now, what FINRA has done is these guys borrowed a stock at $1. The price went to $10. They allowed them to short it back down to $1, and then they capped it. They took the infinite risk and said, okay, we're done. And they never closed any of their positions.
Nope.
All they did was open more. They opened 13 million short positions yesterday.
Yeah.
That's not closing.
And we got that right here. 13.7 million in volume on the last trading day. And crazy enough, we had an opening bid at 615. That is so strange. How do you have an opening bid of no trades? They took this here and stopped it before it would have ran even higher, guys.
That is not closing. If the price did not go to thousands of dollars, they did not close their positions on this. And FINRA is scared of that. Because if there's 250 million shares at $1,000, right? Million short shares at $1,000. Let's take the paint away here for a sec. And calculator.
We'll get the roller pigeons tweet after this here, guys.
Of course. That just froze. Hopefully it's working on the other end. Oh, for crying out loud. There it goes. Okay. Man, everything is slow and frustrating today. Even my own eyeball is slow and frustrating today. Okay, so there's 250 million plus shares, right? So at $1 share, $250 million in liability. Womp womp, you can take care of that. That's fine. You're okay. But at $1,000, at $1,000 a share, that's $250 billion in liability. and nobody has that kind of cash.
And that's what
No, the short sellers do. Their banks don't. And if it, say, goes to $10,000, right, you're looking at $2.5 trillion in liability all of a sudden. They don't have that money.
Nope.
That would evaporate all the big banks and force the government to do bailouts. Okay, then do that. I have no problem with that. You bail out everyone else all the time. Bail me out. I'm totally okay with that. But they're scared. They are very scared. They are very, very, very scared of what that means. It means that all of a sudden, don't you dare drink my water, cat. All of a sudden, they have to go out there and admit that they've been letting these guys just go, pew, 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 just firing their bullets off everywhere, and no one's been doing any policing. So,
it's frustrating.
here we are.
Here
we are watching the crime get committed because the crime is so big, they're scared to enforce it. You know what, dude? I don't care. Enforce it. Make an example of these dudes. Start knocking them down one by one and fix this shit.
Agreed.
Just fix it. Just do your damn job. Okay. I missed one of those. All right. Matt Newton. They did it on purpose. They get bailout again. Well, I mean, we didn't get to the bailout part. They just sort of got like a...
All right, I'm going to go to Twitter. Everyone's asking about Roller Pigeon's tweet. Let me refresh this. All right, let's go to her tweet. Let's read it. All right. All right, so I think this is maybe one. All right, so we're going to break down these tweets one by one. And let's see what she says. We're not going to... All right. Don't play the jump to conclusions game. Nextbridge will still be private. There are many shares out that must be reconciled. Being nice on the phone, dropping specific language, and telling people they are a gem to the company, and I hope the company realizes that, gets you pretty far. So there's that one. Okay. So keep in mind, guys, don't jump to conclusions. The next one here we got. She says, thank you to Lucy at the DTCC for your help, and thank you to the best person on the phone, Cassidy at FINRA. They both work very hard. Jolene also works very hard at the FINRA. Did you receive any new info? She said yes. And then we got this other one here. And she says, update. As I stated, I was making calls all day today and mining for information, working my way up the ladders. I will explain the new QSIP you're seeing in places like IBKR. No, Nextbridge will not be tradable or public. 2, lending shares still need to be reconciled. It gets wild. Wow. At what point will Nextbridge be public allowing selling? Not for a long time. There might be a sell before then. All right, so interesting. I'm excited to see what she has. This was 7 hours ago, but these are the new ones. We'll keep an eye if she posts anything else. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there, guys. We'll go back to this here. I think someone in the chat asked Houston about the actual dividend. And I wanted you all to hear that because I'm not sure if you heard that. We'll put it on 1.5 times speed. That way we can get to it.
A stay of execution is what they got.
Because keep in mind, guys, the dividend's still there. Like, you know, it sucks what FINRA did. They screwed us. But trust me, we still got the Ora Grande. We still got Nextbridge. That's still very damn valuable. That's what I'm excited for.
Today, the governor called, you get another day of death row. But their death row is like tennis courts and swimming pools and supermodels and stuff, so it's not that bad to be on their death row. Bill Coyne, he started a revolt. Yeah, I mean, what we have to do is we have to make members of the finance committee aware of what's going on. Because I can tell you right now, they probably have no clue. None.
Agreed.
They have no idea what this is happening. Because I don't think FINRA even knew what was going on until about 2 a.m. last night. I bet they're like, all right, we filed this action about this at all. If you live near the home office of your representative, your local representative, go to their office. Ben Sass, Mike Crapo. So those are your members of the Senate Finance Committee. The Lacey Clay, David Scott, Al Green. They refused to close it because it was going to be. It would have triggered my last 100%. I think so. It would have. Okay.
I don't know if I missed it or not.
Phil Clayton on the internet today. BlackRock says getting ready for a recession, unlike any other, and what worked in the past won't work now. Well, like just like an individual second pet. Listing millions of shares at thousands of dollars of shares limit orders coming into a day when everything has to close, and you just panic and hit the delete button. Nothing here, folks. We're just going to let it go private and never close any of this stuff. It's call news, call everybody, call 60 Minutes. Get 60 Minutes producer on this. This is the type of story that they could do a 20-minute story on, and they would get 30 million Americans going, "Oh, that's fucked up." Yeah. Right.
Agreed.
60 Minutes could do it. So, call anyone you can. Send the emails. Hound them. Get the stories made. This is bullcrap.
This play is just beginning, man. We are not done. We are not done.
Okay. Scott Lindley thinks it's pretty appalling that FINRA shut everything down due to an extraordinary event. It doesn't say what the extraordinary event is. Yeah, there you go. But just please tell us what do you mean by extraordinary event? They can do what they did to DeSantis' lawyers when the judge is like, "Well, define to me what woke is," and the lawyer's like, "It means that there are systemic issues of injustice and that's bad." Yeah, thank you. Black Bezos. So if Meta extends the spinoff and allow FINRA to get everything right, can MOS be delayed? Is there a chance for another squeeze? My guess is that there'll probably be a federal judge that will say this halt is illegal. The law says you have to allow them to close, you have to force them to close, and you've stopped them from doing that. So my guess is that there's probably lawyers right now filing somewhere in federal court. If there's a hearing going on today, there'll probably be one Monday, and we'll probably get some sort of ruling that forces FINRA to lift this injunction, or to lift this halt. There'll be an injunction forcing them to lift the halt, and perhaps pushing the date out by however long the halt was in place, maybe another 2 days. So rather than everything closing on Wednesday, everything be finished on Friday, something like that. If it takes longer than that, if they have to have something beyond like an emergency injunction, and have to have like hearings and witnesses and stuff, then it might be weeks. But getting members.
All right, I might have missed the part where he mentioned it, but basically, there was a part in there. Someone I think asked him about the actual Nextbridge assets, and he said, "Yeah, we'll still get probably our $60 dividend." So I'm still very bullish on that, man. But I'm excited too. This movement we're going to be doing here, man. Like the movement we're going to have. And I think there's going to be a lot of people seeing all this action on Twitter, on the stock twits, on all these articles coming out. We're going to have more YouTubers and social media people covering this. It's going to be drawing a lot of attention. So David here has a post. He posted earlier. All right, let's see here. Let's get this post. There we go. I'm writing this to all my followers. I don't know what is truly going on right now. I know DTC is involved. I know that from what I've heard that the DOJ is going hand down indictments to the hedge funds and for the failure to deliver, shorting of all kind of things. I don't know full particulars. All I can say is everyone just take a breath. I'm sure they'll get this worked out hopefully by the end of today or Monday. I don't know, again, what is going on behind the scenes, but I want to come out here and tell you so as to give you some kind of comfort. I'm in this with you, so don't stress at this point. Guys, I believe this gentleman here has, I think it was like 17 million shares or something like that. So, yeah. Want to go under trending, under, I think, the rankings. Yeah. We're not trending. We're the most active. How the hell are we not trending? How are we not trending, but we're most active? Guys, look at this here on StockTwits. The movement is happening, guys. Number one, MMTLP, 11,500 comments here in the last 24 hours. And like the next one's 8,700 by a mile. MMAT's down there at number 5, guys. I bet you clicking on this, we got 17,000 watchers now here on StockTwits, guys. Now, I can tell you there's going to be a lot of trolls on here. I can see that already. The trolls are going to be out there having their good time, but keep in mind the play is not over. All right, we're going to leave this up here. There we go. I want to see how many, if it shows how many new posts come up, because I know this thing will go pretty crazy if that many posts are coming out. All right, let's get down here to the chat. Christian says it was opening at 6s supposedly. That is true. Here it is. On Yahoo Finance. I mean, plain as day. This is the close, 289. Previous close, 289. Open today, 615. How the hell did we open at 615, but they halted us? Oh, yeah. Someone just said, Terry, do the Google Trends for oh, my God. Let's go to Google Trends, guys. Google Trends. Wow, I bet FINRA. It may take a while to update because everyone's probably typing it in today. FINRA. I wonder if it lets me do the past day. That cannot be right. There's no way that's right. This goes up every like 8 minutes. I guess it would have been this morning. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so this morning, I mean, you can see here, there was a lot of people at like in the morning looking it up. 10:04. Let's search FINRA fraud. FINRA fraud in the past. Let's do 4 hours. Yeah, you can see the spikes here, man. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of spikes of when it goes up. I mean, what's this update here? These are the past 4 hours. 10:53. Every like minute it has an update. I mean, it just spikes. 100, 82, 80. Yeah, it just spikes. People searching for it. Perry Murphy, welcome to the channel membership. Thank you so much, brother. Welcome to the channel membership. I appreciate that. So we got here, Thinkorswim shows trading all day. John says he got 2,600 views on an MMTLP video and I'm a nobody. There are so many people like searching this, guys. Like, it is intense. Jimmy asked, do you know if the hard to borrow screen on Weeble of MMT is accurate? Guys, anymore, I don't think I can trust any of like these websites or anything anymore. It doesn't mean nothing, unfortunately. That's the sad part. I'm just going to cancel my Fintel membership. Why have the Fintel? Why should I pay that quarterly fee? I pay the Fintel, the premium Fintel every 3 months to bring the information that Fintel gathers for MMAT. But why even have it? Because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They're never going to make the shorts pay. That's like the whole thing behind this. That's one thing we have learned. Like, the shorts are never going to have to pay. We learned that. Shorts will never. It doesn't matter what the Fintel says, what the Ortex says, what the OTC short report says, what Stocks Era and iBarra Desk. That means nothing. It doesn't mean a thing. Because when it comes down to it, if the market makers, the broker dealers are underwater, they're going to get bailed out. That's the truth. They're going to get bailed out. So I'm going to cancel my Fintel website. I do like bringing you the information from Fintel. I like the Fintel site. They do have a lot of information, but I feel it's a waste of money. Like, why should I pay for it? Because it doesn't matter. Like, if MMAT is showing like a 600% short borrow fee, that means nothing. The shorts are never going to have to pay. Like, they'll never have to pay. So it's all rigged. Now, maybe I'll hang on to it to see what comes out of this FINRA situation here this next week or two. But I'm going to give it to the new year and see what happens out of this. And if things don't get fixed and any changes, I'll probably cancel it at the beginning of next year. I'll have to call them up and cancel the membership because, yeah, I just don't see why I should pay for it. I mean, I really don't. Or maybe I should just go ahead and cancel it on Monday because, yeah. All right. All right, guys, we've been going here for a little over an hour and 15 minutes. think I'm going to call it the end of the stream. It's getting pretty late here. We did over 2 hours and some last night. We did an hour and some here tonight. I know Smokey had on here for like 7 hours earlier. They had the MetaFam chat, multiple chats going on all day. I know all the YouTubers are out here. We're fighting a good fight. I will have this up in all my videos until this is resolved. That will be up in every single video until this is solved. That right there. So I'm in this with you guys. It sucks. We're gonna put up the good fight. We're ready to go to war. I think we're gonna have to suit up for war, guys. We're gonna have to suit up. I will be bringing you information as I get it. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. But the one thing we got, we can still hold our Nextbridge and see what happens. So I'm excited for Nextbridge regardless. I think we got robbed of a squeeze. Maybe Meta will extend the dates and stop this process and give the FINRA a chance to give the broker-dealers time to close their positions. But if they reopen trading, I'm not selling cheap. Hell no. Hell no. My price targets got raised. I'm not selling this for those cheap pennies. No way. My price targets got raised because they put us through this hell. They're going to pay for the hell, guys. We did a poll last night of the actual, what would people start selling their shares at? And believe it or not, like $500 and above got the most votes. That is insane. So we got to make them pay. If they got to go out in the market and buy, let's make them pay. Let's make them freaking pay. We've been through hell. We don't want to get pennies out of this. We want them to pay. That's what we want. Justice for retail. Love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a great Friday night. I may have a video out tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I'll catch y'all in the next video, guys.